Hope was everything Carter had ever desired but never dared to pursue. With her cascading auburn hair, piercing blue eyes, and a spirit of benevolence, she was the embodiment of elegance in a world fraught with deception. Hope Logan, Brooke Logan's daughter, has experienced her fair share of heartache, divorces, custody fights, and the never-ending series of love triangles that define the Logan and Forrester lineages. However, in Carter, she discovered a confidant, a companion who saw past the drama and appreciated her for the woman she was. Their romance had developed suddenly. It began with late-night chats in the Forrester offices, during which Hope vented her emotions about her fashion brand, Hope for the Future, which was being sabotaged by Steffi Forrester. Carter, ever the loyal ally, provided not only legal guidance but actual assistance. One evening, as the city lights twinkled outside the floor-to-ceiling windows, they brushed their hands while evaluating drawings, and something happened. A cautious kiss turned passionate, sealing a bond that felt predestined. For months they kept their romance a secret, sneaking moments between runway displays and boardroom conflicts. Carter would surprise Hope with picnics in secluded gardens, where they would discuss ambitions beyond the fashion world, such as establishing a family and going to regions free of scandal. Hope told him about her past with Liam Spencer, an on-again, off-again relationship that had left her devastated. "You're different, Carter," she'd mumble, resting her head on his shoulder. Carter said, "You make me feel safe." He had to. His personal history was littered with failed romances. Quinn Fuller, Zoe Buckingham, women who exploited him as a stepping stone or a rebound. But with Hope it felt genuine. He proposed on a starry night atop a hill overlooking the ocean, with a modest diamond ring representing his unwavering commitment. She nodded yes, tears in her eyes, and for the first time, Carter allowed himself to imagine a future free of grief. As their wedding approached, tensions at Forrester rose. Steffi, co-CEO and Hope's lifelong opponent, uncovered Carter's covert role in advancing Hope's line at the price of the company's stability. Accusations flew, betrayal and favoritism. Rich Forrester, caught in the middle, demanded an explanation. Carter stood firm, defending Hope with an intensity that astonished him. "She's the future of this company," he insisted during heated meetings. "And she is also my future." Yet whispers began to circulate. Liam, Hope's ex-husband and the father of her children, had been lurking on the outskirts, his jealousy brewing. He cornered Hope one afternoon in her design studio, his eyes beseeching. "We have history, Hope. Beth, our family. Don't throw it away for him." Hope dismissed it, but Carter observed the tiny shifts. Longer silences, preoccupied glances at her phone. Carter had planned a romantic evening at his penthouse the night before their rehearsal dinner. Candles glowed, soothing jazz played, and a magnificent dinner awaited. Hope arrived late, her face pallid, her gaze avoiding him. "What's wrong?" he inquired, drawing her into his arms. She hesitated before softly pulling away. "Carter, we need to talk." His pulse skipped a beat as he smiled reassuringly. "Whatever it is, we can handle it together." They sat on the balcony, the sprawl of the city below them a reminder of how insignificant their troubles should be in the broad scheme. Hope inhaled deeply, her hands quivering as she clasped them in her lap. "I've been thinking a lot about us and about everything," Carter encouraged her. "Me too. I can't wait to start our life." She glanced at him, her eyes filled with a sadness that chilled him to the core. "Carter, I can't marry you." The words landed like a punch, yet he laughed uncomfortably. "What?" "Hope, if it's nerves, it's normal. We've got this." "No," she answered, her voice quivering. "It's not nerves. I still love Liam." Time seemed to stand still. Carter's world shifted, and the balcony railing was the only thing keeping him grounded. "What are you saying?" Tears flowed down her cheeks. "I thought I was over him. I really did. But being with you, as wonderful as it is, made me realize I can't let go of what Liam and I had. Our family, our history, it's too much. I tried, Carter. God, I tried." He was pacing, his mind racing. "But you said yes. You chose me." "I know," she answered quietly. "And I'm so sorry. But Liam, he reminded me of what we could be. And I don't want to hurt you, but I can't pretend anymore." Carter's chest clenched, a sob rising in his throat. "Hope, please. Think about what we're building." Don't do this. She grabbed for his hand, but he drew back. Carter, listen to me. These words. They're the hardest I've ever said. She paused to gather her strength. It's over. I choose Liam. 5 frightening words rang in his thoughts, each syllable like a dagger. He collapsed to his knees, tears streaming freely. No, Hope. You can't mean that. But she did. She stood up, wiped her eyes, and left him on the balcony, heartbroken, the city lights blurring through his tears. Carter's next few days were a whirl of anguish. He called in ill from work, unable to bear the sympathetic looks or Steffi's smug satisfaction. His penthouse, once a haven, had become a jail for memories. The ring rested on his nightstand, a cruel reminder of broken dreams. He replayed their chats, looking for cues he'd missed, the way her laughing had faded, the reasons for late nights. Friends attempted to reach out. Rich stopped by and offered rough comfort. Son, love in this family is complicated. You'll get through it. But Carter shrugged him off, drowning in liquor and regret. Carter roamed the streets one evening as rain beat against the windows, his coat drenched and his thoughts blank. He ended himself in the small park where he and Hope had their first date. Sitting on a bench, he allowed the downpour to mix with his emotions. Why? He asked the silence of the night. Why wasn't I enough? Memories plagued him. His youth was spent in a shattered home, as his father abandoned him without saying anything, leaving his mother to raise him on her own. Don't trust love, Carter, she'd said. But he did, and the pain was tremendous. At Forrester, the news spread like crazy. Hope returned to Liam, and their reconciliation was covered in tabloids. Carter quit, unable to bear seeing her. He relocated to a remote cabin in the Highlands in search of serenity. Months have passed. Carter attempted to rebuild by engaging in therapy, hiking, and casual dating. However, nothing filled the gap. One day, Hope sent me a note. I'm sorry, it said. I hope you find happiness. He burnt it, the flames reflecting his remaining rage. Years later, Carter attended a Forrester gala and was requested to return as a consultant. Hope was there with Liam, making their family complete. Their gazes met across the room. She smiled sadly, but he moved aside, his wounds still fresh. In the end, Carter realized that some hearts break and never fully heal. He lived on as a shadow of the man he once was, permanently altered by 5 words that resonated in his soul. Carter Walton's life had always been a mix of ambition and silent longing. Born in a humble Chicago area, he was the son of a single mother who worked 2 jobs to pay for his legal education. Carter's father, a transitory presence, abandoned them when he was 5, leaving a legacy of skepticism in relationships. People leave, baby, his mother would remark, her voice weary yet compassionate. Keep your heart safe. Carter took her counsel and focused his concentration on his profession. He excelled at law, specializing in corporate issues, and eventually landed a job at Forrester Creations, the pinnacle of fashion royalty. There, he became indispensable, drafting contracts, settling disagreements, and doing so with professionalism that garnered him respect. But beneath the suit and tie, he longed for connection. His first major heartbreak happened with Quinn Fuller. Their love affair was passionate and forbidden, but it ended in betrayal when Quinn picked Eric Forrester. Then there's Zoe Buckingham, who manipulated him to get ahead before abandoning him at the altar. Carter increased the height of his fortifications with each rebuild. Then came Hope. I hoped Logan was a natural force. Raised amid the Logan family's glamour and scandals, she learned early on that love was both a blessing and a curse. Her marriage to Liam Spencer had been a roller coaster of betrayal with Steffi, the death and return of their daughter Beth, and the continual pull between families. When they divorced for the final time, Hope resolved to concentrate on her children and work. But Carter changed that. Their connection grew stronger after a crisis at Forrester. Hope's line was on the chopping block, but Carter battled for it, recognizing her concept as unique. You have something special, he told her one evening over coffee. Don't let them dim your light. Their first kiss occurred in the design area, surrounded by sketches and materials. Hope drew back surprised. Carter, we can't. It's too complicated. Why not? He questioned softly. Life is complicated, but this feels right. She grinned and they gave in. Their romance was fast-paced. They spent stolen weekends in Malibu, walking the beach with their hands interlaced. Carter told out about his past and anxieties. "I've been hurt before, Hope, but with you I want to try." "Me too," she responded, kissing him. "You make me believe in second chances." As engagement rumors circulated, Liam became restless. He confronted Hope. "Carter? Really? He's not family, Hope. We have kids together." "Liam, it's over between us," she protested. "Move on." But Liam didn't. He sent flowers, texts, and reminders about their shared history. The night of the confrontation came. Carter had prepared everything: roses and champagne. Hope entered with a confused expression. "Carter, something's happened." He set down the glasses. "Tell me." "Liam. He kissed me today. And I didn't stop him right away." Carter's face paled. "What?" "It was a moment of weakness. But it made me realize I still have feelings for him." He took a seat. "Hope, no. We're getting married." "I know," she wept. "But I can't go through with it if I'm not sure." They debated for hours, their voices raising and tears pouring. Finally, Hope rose. "Carter, it's over. I choose Liam." The words cut through him. 5 words devastated his existence. He collapsed and sobbed. "How could you?" "I'm sorry," she murmured before departing. The aftermath was catastrophic. Carter went into a downward spiral, suffering from insomnia and a loss of appetite. He quit Forrester and relocated to New York for a fresh start. But memories followed. He tried therapy. "You deserve love," the counselor stated. "But you can't force it." Carter dated, but no one matched Hope. The news of her remarriage to Liam reached him like a final nail. Years later, at a charity event, they reconnected. Hope older and wiser. "Carter, I apologize for hurting you." He gave a small smile. "I survived." But the anguish persisted inside, a distinct ache that identified him. Let's go deeper into Carter's past. Carter spent his childhood summers with his grandmother in the South, where she taught him how to make soul cuisine and told him stories of lost loves. "Heartbreak builds character," she'd say. Those lessons stuck, but they did not prepare him for this. Carter's ex, Maya Avant, was a close friend of his at Forrester before Hope. She called after their separation. "Carter, come stay with me in Paris." "Get away." "I can't run," he told me. Instead, he volunteered at a shelter, hoping to help others heal as well as himself. One day he met Elena, a nice nurse. They dated, but when she declared, "I love you," he stopped. "I'm sorry, but I can't." The ghost of Hope plagued him. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, Hope's life was not perfect. Liam's old tendencies returned, resulting in fights. She wondered if she had made a mistake. But Carter's sad story was his own. A guy who loved sincerely, lost profoundly, and learned to live with the wound. Adding dialogue and scenarios, Carter returned to Los Angeles months after their breakup to attend Eric Forrester's funeral. The family assembled and tensions were high. Hope approached him. "Carter, can we talk?" "What's left to say?" he questioned, his voice frigid. "I miss our friendship." He laughed bitterly. "Friendship? You broke me, Hope." "I'm sorry. Those words. I was confused. But you said them. It's over. I choose Liam. I'll never forget." She patted her boyfriend's arm. "Forgive me." "In time," he murmured, walking away. He drove to the shore and screamed in the waves. Some wounds healed over time. Carter launched his own business and was successful. He adopted a dog and discovered delight in the little things. But late at night, he wondered what if. His sorrowful story was unique. A tale of love's cruelty, resilience's triumph, and the enduring pain of 5 unexpected words. The city of Los Angeles awakened to another day of uninterrupted brightness, but Carter Walton found the light insulting. He stared at the ceiling of his penthouse bedroom, the sheets coiled around him like the ideas in his head. It had been 3 weeks since Hope said those 5 words, and each day felt heavier than the last. He dragged himself out of bed, pouring cold water on his face in an attempt to remove the puffiness caused by another night of crying. The mirror revealed a man he barely recognized, hollow eyes and scruffy stubble. "Get it together," he said. Downstairs, his phone rang with messages. "Ridge, take the time you need. Steffi, we need you back. He couldn't leave. Not yet. Instead, he drove to the gym and pounded the treadmill until his legs burned, attempting to avoid the discomfort. Sweat flowed, combining with tears, and he did not bother hiding. After that, he went to a cafe and ordered black coffee, which matched his mood. A woman smiled at him, but he turned away. Back home, he went through images of Hope laughing and their engagement party. Although he removed them, the memories lingered. That evening, his mother called from Chicago. "Baby, come home." "I can't, Mom. I have work." "It's not work. It's her." He broke down and told her everything. "She didn't deserve you," she explained. "But I loved her. Love isn't always enough." He hung up, feeling more alone. The next day, he went to Forrester to offer his resignation. The edifice loomed, laden with memories. In the office, Hope was sketching. Their gazes met. "Carter. Don't. I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did." He walked away, heart hammering. He cried out in the parking lot, beating on the driving wheel. Weeks stretched into months. Carter flew to Europe and Asia in search of distractions. In Paris, he wandered the Seine, thinking of Hope. In Tokyo, he pondered, finding a brief respite. Back in Los Angeles, he began therapy. "Why her?" the therapist inquired. "She saw me. But she chose another." "Yes. Accept it." "I'm trying." He volunteered, assisting children from broken homes, recognizing his younger self in them. Marcus, a youngster, asked, "My father has left. Does it get better?" Carter lied, then rectified. "It gets manageable." His social life resumed. Friends connected him with Sarah, a lawyer. She's kind and humorous. During their third date, she kissed him. "You're amazing," he said, but then backed away. "I'm not ready." She understood, yet the conversation ended. The announcement of Hope's pregnancy with Liam's child hit like a wave. That night, he drank and toasted furiously to what could have been. Years pass. Carter established a profitable practice and became a mentor. At 50, he met Lisa, a widow. They became close because of their shared loss. "I lost my husband to cancer," she explained. "I lost my heart to a woman." The couple married and had a child. But deep down, Hope's anguish lingered, a distinct chapter in his life. He warned his son, "Love bravely but guard your heart." The ending of his sad story was not tragic, but poignant. A life sculpted by pain and enriched with perseverance.